For the fans, by the fans. Welcome to the only Angels postgame show that keeps it real, win or lose. No filters, no fluff, just raw reactions right after the final out. The Golden Stamos is polished up and somebody's about to take it home. A clutch hit, a game-saving grab, or just straight up hustle. We see you. But if you played like trash, you're getting the dreaded Nacho Night Award. We saw the missed calls, we saw the blown saves, the clutch moments, and the disasters too. Your comments are front and center, and yeah, we read all of them. Wanna let loose? Call in and sound off live. No scripts, no suits, no spin. This is raw, this is real, this is where the fans take over. This is the Hiti Postgame Show with Todd Fox. For the fans, by the fans.
I'm a fox. My name's Todd.
Oh, I love it, Randy. Right out the bat, he hits a home run with a new intro. God damn it, Randy. On a night where the Angels win their 5th in a row. Hello and welcome to the Halos and the Infield Postgame Show. I am your host, Todd Fox. If this is your first time here, welcome into the show. As we read all the comments, we give out awards, we talk about the game. You dictate where the show goes because it's by the fans, for the fans, for the fans, by the fans. We're the ones that go to the games and talk shit to the other fans with you. We're in the stands with the fans. So with that being said, welcome in. It's always good to start a post-game show with a dub. And the dubs came again tonight, 5th game in a row, as the Angels are trying to fix that record that they broke earlier, which was their overall record, which was looking pretty crappy. They fell into last place. And although they haven't picked up much games in the standings, only one game in those 5 games, they've improved their record to 22-25, and that's all we wanted. We wanted this team to hover around 500 or to be competitive in these baseball games. And granted, this isn't the New York Yankees of the 20s. It's certainly not the Dodgers or the team that we played previously with the San Diego Padres, but this is still a difficult team that always has our number. And there's a lot to talk about tonight because obviously we didn't make this game easy, number one. Number two, just like yesterday, falling back into bad trends with strikeouts and no walks. They started to do that again tonight, and they weren't going anywhere. They were spinning their wheels, and then when they made some adjustments, oh my God, they made adjustments. For 3 years, we've been screaming on this show, can we make in-game adjustments? Can we switch up the overall game plan if it's not working the first time through or even the second time through the order? By God, they actually changed it, and look what happens. Again, it's against Oakland. But boy, did it pay dividends tonight. And there's also some bad stuff to talk about. Errors, misplays, just, ugh. I mean, the outfield play tonight was atrocious. I mean, atrocious. And then that's not even talking about the bullpen tonight. Not the bullpen, the umpiring. The umpiring was bad. But let's get into it. The Angels put up 11 hits. That's nice. And also 7 runs, even more nass. It feels like they should have had 4 or 5 errors tonight, but they only had 1. Then you had 5 runs and 12 hits for Sacramento. The win goes to Hendricks. So for the second night in a row, 2 guys who have struggled to get their wins but have chalked up losses, and Soriano had 4. Hendricks had 5 coming into this game, and they both come away with victories. That's a good sign with Kiwanowitz coming in tomorrow, fresh off of 2 straight wins. So Hendricks picks up the win. He actually pitched pretty good. That curveball was hanging a bit, the slider as well, but he got away with a couple of them. And, the Angels went 4 for 12. So it's not, and I mean in runners in scoring position. I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but for the fact of the matter is they really haven't been giving themselves too many chances. And when they were on that losing streak of winning only 8 wins in like 21 games, they literally were only having about 4 or 5 guys per night in scoring position. At least now you're getting 12 guys or double digits, and you're giving yourself more of an opportunity because you're also drawing walks. And tonight, again, not good to have 9 strikeouts as a team. However, that's under 10. And what have we said before? They're about 12 games over 500 now, when striking out less than 10 times. Now, again, the league average is about somewhere between 5 and 6 strikeouts per game. The Angels have been hovering around 11 per game. So that's just goes to show you that's not good. And the only team that's worse than the Angels in strikeouts is the Boston Red Sox. So the Angels have been striking out an awful lot, but when they keep the strikeouts down, they worked 3 walks tonight. Should have been 4, as we'll talk about Kyron Paris's night tonight, as he had a really nice inspirational type start out there. I think it's something that he can build on for future games, number one. And number two, it's just when he's on base, it's just better for this team overall. Haven't you seen? Every time he gets on base, even if he's forced out, he's forcing the throw to then be faster. He's forcing the infielders to not think as much and just try to make a quick play because he's that quick. And then he pays off dividends right away by stealing bases and going first to second right away. And then he's an automatic score on a base hit anywhere. So speed kills, and it's just encouraging to see him hit. Now, before I get into the lineups and all that stuff and how the scoring plays went, the umpiring was terrible. The umpiring was up and down. The strike zones were all around. Moncada got called out on a bullshit call. You could tell right away that umpire really, really wanted to send a message, and he was looking for Moncada to mouth off. He was also looking for Ron Washington to mouth off. He was trigger happy. At that point, this is why, and I don't want robot umps, to be clear. I'm more old school. I rather keep the human aspect. A lot of people don't like that, the human element. They rather have a robotic ump. That's fine, whatever, right? If it changes a game, it changes a game. There's nothing we could do about it. However, it's plays like this where I see the fans' argument, how they say they want to get rid of the human element, right? Because when you get an ego of these umps, we've seen it for years if you can name an umpire, that means they're a bad umpire. And usually you want your umpires not to be part of the games. And when they make themselves part of the games because they feel disrespected, then that becomes a problem. And I felt he was feeling disrespected because Moncada called him out for a bullshit call. And then right away, here comes the umpire like, hey, get back in the box. And he knew, like Gooby said, Gooby's like, hey, excuse me. Hey, if he called him into the box, he was going to automatically throw him out. You could just tell. And he was right. He was absolutely right. You knew he wasn't going to give him a chance in hell to make a statement or to say, hey, you know what? This is why I'm mad right here. No, he just threw him out. So it is what it is, man. And by throwing him out, maybe Ron Washington should have got himself thrown out, but with a strikeout call. But neither one of them, they kept their cool, they kept their composure, and the game went on. So that was one thing. The other thing I got to address that's bad before I get to the good, and that is the atrocious outfielding. Now, again, some may say I'm picking on the play. I'm not, because I was an outfielder. I played both left field and center field. When I was in center field or in left field, when you make when there's a ball that has a chance where you got to, time it, timing is everything on those home run snatching plays. Would he have caught it if he was going with his left hand still? Because for me, I was taught if I'm feeling the warning track through my cleats, through your feet, through your shoes, whatever you're wearing, you can feel the different texture and the different just how it feels on your feet through your shoes, whether it's a warning track or solid grass or AstroTurf. So I was always able to feel where the warning track was at. And when I was better at jumping the wall with my left hand facing the wall. Not as much with my right hand. I tried to stay away from that unless I was running left center or left field foul pole. I tried to go with a left. So when I was trying to feel if my glove would hit the wall, then I would jump up right then and there. I think he got spun around being Paris, and he tried to jump to rob that ball, but it's too late. His back was into it. Once you hit your back into the wall, you're not going to get the jump that you want. You're not going to time it right and then threw it off. Okay. So, whatever. He's an infielder. I give him a pass, but it still goes down as a bad play overall. Right field. What the hell are you doing, Joe Adell? Even the diving catch that he made, he was going head first. He could have took that one off the noggin if he misjudged it. It could have got by him. right there, you want to make a Tim Salmon, like, slide first with your knee out in front, outstretched, sort of, the typical Tim Salmon. That kind of catch was risky, but I give it to him. Jo Adell made the play. Where he messed up is, again, like a lot of these guys, let's look where the infielder or where the base runner's at. Let me see if I can I could cheat, pick up the ball at the same time and throw it. No, you make sure the ball goes in your glove first and then you throw. You have in your mind where you're going to throw the ball before you get the ball. If you're still debating when the ball is coming to you, where to throw the ball, you should probably stop once you get the ball in your glove, then look, then throw. Because if you're already ready to just fire it off at whatever base, whether he was trying to hit the cutoff man or hit the second baseman, you got to look that ball into your glove. He took his eyes off the ball, and he's lucky Kyron Paris ran all the way over there to back him up. It was only one bag air. So you had that play. And then you had atrocious outfielding out there by Taylor Ward. That looked like some softball beer league, like, hey, man, let's just put Jim over there in left field, and hopefully they don't hit to him. Well, guess what? They hit the Jim 3 times. And one of the times really pissed me off because, again, I started in left field before I moved to center. And when I did that in one game, I made the catch in front of the center fielder when he was calling me off. And I threw the ball in like, yeah, I made a nice catch on that one. And I went back and I jogged back to left field, and I got into my position, and I felt someone looking at me. And I look over, and it's the center fielder, and then he looked away. And then when the inning was over and I come jogging into the dugout, nobody high-fived me. And then the center fielder proceeded to walk me over to where the steps were to go in underneath the field, and he proceeded to yell at me. And he proceeded to say, shut your mouth, because I tried to mouth off a little bit. He said, you're going to listen to me unlike you did in the outfield. When I call you off, you stop. You call yourself off. I don't want you anywhere close to me. I don't want to hear footsteps. I learned my lesson. The center fielder is the captain. If he calls it, you step off. You're not running in front of him trying to cut him off, especially when you got a noodle arm like Taylor Ward. And then I get it. Okay, you're playing in a new field, but you're a left fielder and you got to go back. It's a line drive and you're misjudging not one, but 2 balls that go over your heads for doubles. 2 that should have been caught. You're giving extra hits, extra outs to the opponent. That's terrible outfielding. Again, another reason why I wish if we didn't have Soler as a DH, just put Taylor Ward, get him off the field defensively and play him at DH and play Trout in the outfield. I'd rather see that and risk an injury than have risking runs and errors and a noodle arm. I mean, man, okay, so that's enough bad. Let's get into the good real quick. I promise we'll get into the comments and all that other stuff like we usually do, but you know how I get worked up sometimes and I have to do a little rant here, so I'm sorry. So right now, the lineup went like this. Zach Neto went 1 for 5. He got a big RBI hit. He had only 1 strikeout. Sean O'Well again, 1 for 4 and a walk. That's a successful night. So you got on base twice, and guess what? 0 strikeouts. Love it. Mancada, 2 for 5, including a huge, that is the longest home run I've seen by an Angel in quite some time. 439-foot home run to right field. It was a Ken Griffey-like swing. That sucker left the goddamn field. That was beautiful. Beautiful home run right there. He got rung up once. I'm not going to count the other one. Taylor Ward went 2 for 5, including an RBI right there. That was decent. I like that with a double as well. He had 1 strikeout. Ohapi went 2 for 5 and 2 strikeouts, but it's okay. He had the solo home run plus an RBI single. Then you had Travis d'Arnaud go for 1 for 5, 2 strikeouts you don't like, but hey, he got on base. Jo Adell went 0 for 3. He's the only guy that didn't do a goddamn thing. Louis Renifo, I thought, had a very underrated night tonight. He must have faced like 40 pitches by himself. He worked deep counts. He was fouling off a lot of pitches. He just missed a couple hits, but he wound up finishing 1 for 4, including an RBI or a run scored on that home run. But man, he saw a lot of pitches tonight. I thought he had a wonderful night in the box that just didn't get the results that we wanted. But hey, it's okay. He contributed. He saw pitches. He worked the pitcher, and he helped the other batters in the box or in the on deck circle see a lot of pitches and help them for their bat. And guess who he helped? He helped Kyron Paris. And boy, oh boy, no one's been a bigger fan than me of Kyron Paris since I interviewed him in preseason. I want this guy to take off, to get to the next level, to continue to build. And when he got off to that fast start, we were like, yeah, it's a spark plug we need. And then he got real ice cold. And you're like, man, you're getting into a lot of bad habits. Come on, man, turn around. Someone talk to him. And maybe, just maybe, he's turned the corner, because in the last week or so, Kyron Paris has been putting together a little bit better at bats. All the hits have not all been there. He's just missed on a few, and we're not talking about home runs, but hits. He's getting a little bit more patient in the box. It showed tonight. He should have had 3 walks. He only got rung up on 1. That was stupid, but he should have been on 4 times tonight. Getting the nice single. What have we been saying about Kyron Paris? Just go the other way. Go the other way, man. Go the other way. And he did. He went to right field. Nice hit. And immediately, what we've been screaming at Ron Washington and this stupid club for not taking advantage of bases being given, or the opportunity to steal bases, is so much easier than years past. They're giving it to you. When you got that kind of speed, freaking take it. And guess what? He took 2 bags tonight, and he scored twice because he took those 2 bags. So again, you're generating offense. Even if you get on base with a freaking walk, you're generating offense exactly with that speed as well. Again, Renifo, nice job by setting up Paris. Paris got to see a lot of pitches from that on-deck circle, and guess what? He turned that into gold when he came up to bat. So all in all, I give the hitting tonight a B+. I think the pitching was about a C+, and I think the defense was a D. D for defense. They have a lot to work on. But either way, the Angels win. And through the pitchers real quick, it was nice to see Hunter Strickland back. He gave you an inning of just zeros on 11 pitches. He looked just like he did when he did last year. Detmers came in, gave you a solid inning. And then Hendricks, 63 out of 90 pitches were for strikes. Don't like the 2 home runs, but I don't chalk those up to him as much being in that AAA ballpark. Only 4 runs on 9 hits. So he gutted one out for you. I like that. And the run scoring plays were Urias singled in the center, scoring Langers. It was 1-0. Ohapi tied it. Langers went deep automatically to make it 2-1. Kurtz homered to make it 4-1. You're thinking, crap, the Angels are in trouble. They may not be able to score more than 1. But Moncada hits that huge 3-run homer to tie it. Ohapi singled in Ward. Then you had Nettle doubling into left, scoring Paris. And then Ward hit into a fielder's choice. He got a hit. Should have been another hit. That would drive in the 7th run, and then a useless run in the 9th inning by the A's. So the Angels get the win. And because they get the win tonight, we have to do the 21-gun salute, which is the Deo. 1 Deo for every run scored, baby. That would be 7.
Deo! Deo! Deo!
And there you go. The 7 Deos for tonight as the Angels win 7-5. Hell yeah. And that only makes us play one thing. That is a song we play when we win. We haven't played the Buttercup, then we haven't played the saddest song ever. So there you go. Light that baby up over there on TikTok saying give Neto that and Ohapi that blank check. There's no need to now. We still got plenty of control. We'll wait a little bit longer before we give them any kind of pay raise. So with that being said, let's get into the awards tonight. And let's give the John Stamos Award for Best Player on the Field. And before I do, Randy, you got that one, or do you want me to get that one right there? Okay, you got. Oh, say he's got it. Go for it. The John Stamos Award for best player on the field. I have to give it to somebody that in the 9-5 start way back when, seems like 2 years ago, Kyron Paris was that guy. He was the guy that was getting it on the nightly for us. And I'm going to give it to Kyron Paris because, again, it's not supposed to happen, but when it does, this reminds me a lot of Sean Figgins. Sean Figgins used to bat in that ninth hole before he became our leadoff hitter, and he used to spark that offense for the Angels back in the day. And Kyron Paris, I'm not saying he's Sean Figgins level, but he has Sean Figgins capabilities, including a stronger bat when it comes to hitting home runs. But we want him to balance things out. When he does stuff like this, you can't look away. He should have had 3 walks. He should have been on 4 times tonight. But nonetheless, he had 2 walks, a single, and 2 runs scored. Definitely the spark plug the Angels needed at the bottom of the order. Again, it was a get-right game for him, and I believe he deserves the Stamos for tonight. With that being said, we have to give one out to the worst player in the league, worst player on the team. And before we do that, that award was brought to you in part by 714 Tickets. 714 Tickets, you can go today by just purchasing a ticket. And it's not like Ticketmaster, Vivid Seats, nothing like that. The price you see is the price you get. So none of this service fees, none of this taxes, no California tax. You can use this anywhere you want, number one. Number two, you can use our promo code anytime you want, multiple amounts of times, as much as you want. It's not like some of those jackasses that say, hey, use our promo code for your first purchase. No, you could use our promo code over and over and over and over as many times as you want. That 10% additionally off of your ticket. So why not use HITI in the promo code on 714tickets.com? When you see that ticket for $30, guess what? It's $30. And then you take an additional 10% off. And then with your profile, you add 5% to your next purchase. So you can make 2 or 3 little purchases and have enough for a free ticket next time. How cool is that? 714 Tickets, baby. So with that being said, let's move on to the Nacho Night.
Nacho Night, oh yeah, Nacho Night. Pile it up, load it high. Extra shame, hold the pride. Grab a fork, take a dive. Dignity's gone, but the cheese survived. Moldy cheese, stale chips, what a sight. Foggy dreams gone tonight. Had a bad night, lost the fight. No more crunch, just take a bite. It's the Nacho Night
Award. Let's check in and see who gets the worst player on the field. Now, again, there's no there's no hat trick on strikeouts tonight. There's no, golden sombrero like there was last night with Lugo. But I'll have to give it to Hoagland, the pitcher for the Oakland A's, or I should say Sacramento/Vegas A's. He goes to 1-2 on the season. He pitched only 4 2/3, 5 runs, 6 hits allowed, 5 all earned. But he had 2 walks. He gave up 2 home runs in this one. 53 out of his 89 pitches were strikes. So it's not really good for him. But again, rough night for him. He started good the first couple innings, but then fell off. And he looked like one of those pitchers where the second time through the order, especially when Kyron Paris and Renifo were wearing him out, it helped the Angels because then they were able to pick up on those pitches and diagnose where his fastball, his release point was, and they set themselves up for hitting their sliders and breaking pitches. So I thought it was all in all good night for the Angels, not so much for the Sacramento A's. Hoagland is your freaking Nacho Night Award winner. So with that being said, we've already played the Stukas. We've given out the awards. I went on a rant. I'm going to check in with my producer to the stars, Randy. How you doing, my friend?
What's going on, brother? How are you? I'm doing well.
I'm doing great, man. 5 in a row, bro. How can I not be?
You know what I'm talking about?
Right? We're getting closer and closer to me being in a thong, apparently. We're gonna be
looking forward to it. I'm telling you, I've been waiting for this day. Been trying for 2 years now?
I know, right?
I want to see some pasty white booty cheeks, damn it. I don't care what Steve Elise says.
Unlike Roger Lodge, he always welches on his bets, man. You're not going to see his leather behind. You might see mine. So
he's too skinny anyway.
I've got some girth. With that being said, man, I think who got the in the comments right here? Who got the freaking Spritz O'Clock award tonight?
Let's see. That would belong to Grill Master this evening.
Well, play it in his honor.
Let's do it. Where the hell is it? There it is.
Spritz O'Clock, angels play. Win or lose, we toast today. Sip and cheer, no matter score. Spritz O'Clock, let's pour some more. Spritz O'Clock, let's pour some more. Spritz O'Clock, let's pour some more.
Now, for all those new on here, we do read all the comments. I'll be periodically looking over on TikTok too, so don't feel left out over there. But we do the star ones first. Mose Cieslak says $4.99. Let's fucking go. Also, Blue Bear's mommy checks in with another super sticker, as she always does. The MVP of this channel, Randy. She just says super sticker. So
Yep.
also, Tyler, my boy, says super sticker as well. So we appreciate that. Also, Dre Money checking in. Thank you, Dre Money. Appreciate that. But LV with a super sticker. Boy, winning brings out the money tonight.
It always does, baby. Now get ready to play a super popular soundbite, and I think you know what's coming, pal. Usually always happens when we win.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we have to check in on our boy right here.
On everybody, my name is Gavin Carlson, former credential journalist in the LA area. How about a yummy tasting nut?
Does he want a victory nut, Randy, or how does that work?
I think he does.
The season starts tonight, LV. Hell yeah!
A lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Real quick on TikTok, Corey says you think the Angels are going to make the playoffs. No, I just want them to get to 500. But
Well, remember, if they do, I'm bikini it up here on the post game.
You're getting waxed live on Hiti.
I don't know. I might go full Bush.
70s porn star. Like that baby up says also very impressive. This team is coming on around all together without Trouty. That's a good point. Jason says, can we take a minute to talk about Pete Rose going to the Hall of Fame after he dies? We put Rose into the Hall of Fame. We have players that were juiced. I love Rose. Don't get me wrong. Look, we have that would take a huge, like a long show drawn out. There's so many things to talk about when it comes to that. I don't like the whole shoeless Joe Jackson. They actually threw a World Series. How can you allow them in there? And then Pete Rose bet on his team later. Yeah, that was bad. But damn, dude, like as a player, he should be in there, in my opinion. He should just be banned from baseball. You know what I mean? He should have been like he was banned, but I mean, like you throw him in for his accolades. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. But and the juice guys, don't get me started on that. Corey says rumors Ward is getting a lot of trade buzz right now. I wish that was true, and I hope it is. Let's see. Next one, home plate umpire sucks. Also, EQ says Adele needs to be sent down for all his mistakes. He's got no more options, my man. Dan Rio says, me love you long time, and I think he's looking for this one right here.
There's a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight, which makes me so horny, and me love you long time.
You know, Randy, real quick, that when you first made that sound bite, that shit literally gave me nightmares. that looked way too real.
Were you hearing it in your sleep all night?
I was seeing it in my sleep. EQ says, do you guys hear the guy saying oh hoppy and Ward sucks in the background? Yeah, I mean that's what happens in small ballparks. Useless Trucker is playing that what was that song, what was that show in the 90s, the Mulder and Scully, Randy?
X-Files.
There you go. I mean, that should be Useless Trucker's soundbite right there, dude. X-Files.
Get the theme music.
Yeah, he says Angels. The alien stole the Angels. Maybe Wash is hitting the blow again, Trucker. Also, Todd's LB says, Todd, get a bike and those booty shorts ready. I do have a bike, and it's going to be hilarious. Also, what is it called? Corey says, and do you think Ron Washington keeps this job if they keep winning? It's way too early for that. Not Quinn says, finally made it to my people. Go Halos. I'm glad you're here, Not Quinn's. Halos going to the playoffs. You can take it to the bank and deposit. Saucy says, Jansen is a fucking unit? Or okay. Mike Trout says,
meaning he's like a beast.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
I don't talk the kid slang. Mike Trout checks in from the injured list. He says, Todd, what were you going to say about getting swept by Sacramento? We won the series. Let's fucking go. Not yet. Hey. Yeah. Angels haven't been the same since Ibar went to the Braves, Bertram says. Joshua says, holy moly, 5 in a row. Cue freaking Lombardi. So Lombardi makes his first appearance tonight.
What the hell's going on out here?
That's deep in the comments, too.
It is. Usually he's already been rung up 3 times.
Yep.
Saucy says, I'm choking on botanicals. Give me all the spritz. Honking so hard right now. Albert Pujols says, no mommy's way. We won 5 in a row. Dre Money says, winning streak. Honk activated, baby. Saucy says, by winning over and over.
And by winning, I win here and I win there. Now what?
I'm going to honk my way to Catella. Damn, everyone's honking so far tonight. Skull says, let's go, Angels. Kylo says, you get in. What you. Damn, dude, these people are starting to love the sound bites.
Let me tell you something about my guy, John Stamos. So I was able to go in the back bedroom and unscrew the old balls and running up my butt right now. You get out of it what you put into it. John Stamos choked on me. He was so great.
Randy checks in with, man, my prediction looking good. Also, fuck Brooklyn, Mo says.
Yeah, they lost tonight.
Absolutely. David says Anaheim Angels 22-25 right now, 13-15 on the road. Oh, they did. I saw they were losing in the 10th. So they lost?
Yep.
Nice.
I believe so.
Rally Chris says, I'm spritzing all over the place. And by the way,
put your monkey back in your pants.
He's like, I'm scared. Demetrio says, I'm actually okay with less comments reading and more Todd Fox and company talking. Half of the comments are all ass. Damn.
Tell us how you really feel.
Right? Saucy says, just got to say, the outfield D is shabby as fuck, though.
Yeah, it's pretty crappy.
Dude, Christian wanted us to play Buttercup. I'm like, no.
Hell nah.
No, we gotta win that one. Oh, he said Corey said the Dodgers won in the bottom of the 10th.
Oh,
that's weak.
Bastards.
Yep. Dan says not in last place, baby.
Damn right. And Seattle lost tonight.
Yeah, we gained a game. There you go. See, hello, me out there. Can you see Hiti code at Bruheim? I talked to a nice bartender there. She said no. You can. It's supposedly there, HITI. You're the second person to give us negative feedback because we've done it before. We were there just the other night and people were using the code right there. So
don't make me take this logo off.
Yeah, we might have to snatch right there. Snatch it. Might have to snatch. Rally Chris says, I still kept wearing my Disney Rally jersey since the 5-man thing's going to start smelling.
Hey, as much as I hate it, keep wearing it, dude.
Yeah, keep wearing it. But I'm just telling you, throw some deodorant over it. Woo says 5 in a row makes me want to squirt my squirts.
How dare you?
Rally says for the first time since April 24th, they aren't in last place. We're doing good, baby. Steps to get closer to the Rangers and Angels. Baby steps. Yep. Also, banish Kyle Hendricks, Luke Johnson says. He's not a fan. Tyler says The honks are ripe as fuck right now. Hakuna Matata. Boo Bear's mama says, good news. I wore red and we won. There you go. See, you were trying to jinx the jinx.
Always wear red.
Yes. It's very sexy. EQ says, light that baby up, Todd. I love winning. So do we.
I know,
man.
right? Like more than it's like better than losing. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, winning.
LV says, help. The Halos keep winning and I can't stop honking my honk. You know, you're going to go blind, LV. Eddie says the outfield is a defensive liability. Everyone's trash.
Trash.
Eric Ward checks in. Gutty win tonight, but why in the hell is Adele playing in the game? Dude needs to be DFA'd and move on. Also, Hendricks got the win, but he's just a batting practice pitcher. Yep.
Yeah.
The Angels suck. He checks in. Speaking of adjustments, Kyron Paris with 2 walks. I think that man is trying to keep his job. I think so too. Sega says, ever since Big 20 disappeared, we turned into a real baseball team.
I mean, it's about time these sons of bitches started playing like their jobs depended on it. Fuck.
I thought he was going to say Randy since he had sex, but that has not been verified yet. So
now, whatever happened to him? Was he like in college or something?
he's got a job and he's graduating this week. High school.
He got a job?
He's got
Get
a job.
outta here. Well, I'll be damned. What does he make? Wait, is he shooting more commercials or
No more, no more commercials.
no more Farkas?
No more Farkas. That's his middle name. EQ says, when I say trade Ward, everyone in the Angel comment section gets mad.
Hey, fuck you, EQ. Don't you ever disrespect Ward. 7 home runs in the last 9 games. We're 9-5 in that span. Put some respect on my guy's name.
And he would have had like 3 hits tonight too. But he can't play a lick of defense. I'll go there.
I give you that.
Yeah, Tyler
He never
says,
has been able to.
Yeah, he has never. Tyler says, thank God the errors did not cost them the game tonight. Also, LV says, I'm so fucking hyped. Let me get 7 honks, please, for each run. Damn, okay. I say we cue it up, man. Here's honk number 1. Oh, well, first I'm going to put it in repeat so we can loop that shit. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There you go. Oh, another one. Oops, I
There's technically what 2 to 3 honks per sound. That should count.
That's true. That's true. I didn't think of that. Ward still doesn't know how to play left field. Kyron Paris has a little sense of direction, and Adele is still playing soccer. Hacky sack with a baseball. Also, Stevie says, light that baby up. We're so back. Hey. Paris taking walks and stealing bags is a very good sign. Honestly, I like it to have that edge on the Halos. Always seems that we don't have. So he likes to have what we don't usually have. Angels are now 19-7 when they score 4 runs plus. Exactly what we said earlier. 12 games above 500 when you actually put the work in the batter's box.
Yep.
Squirrely Dad says, let the good times roll, baby. I love winning streaks. Food tastes better as well as sleep and sex.
Fucking facts.
You know, I have to give a Deo for that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Fisting the North Star. First comment right there. I like that.
Okay.
Watch the post-game show for the Dodgers and drunk, ugly cholas keep screaming. Embarrassing. Good
I swear, we got some of the best names.
I right? Fisting the North Star. I like that. Useless Trucker says, in the American League, the Angels rank last in strikeouts. In the MLB, rank 29th, 9 strikeouts per game, almost 10.
Wow.
Oh, that's caca. Tyler says, no robot umps, but we don't want prideful a-holes either. Also, Grillmaster says, Andy Fletcher was the umpire tonight. Total clown. Trying to make it all about him. Absolutely.
They usually do.
Yep. Yoan over Rendon all day. I don't even think that's a freaking argument.
Anybody over that asshole.
Yep. Boo Bear's mommy checks in with, remember Angel Hernandez?
Trying to forget him.
Yep. Also, Chris says Angels are 10-8 in so far this month. The May prediction of 16-12 or 15-13 looking good. He did call that about a week ago.
I will take it.
Yep. Mike Trout says, ever since Todd talked trash about Ward, he's playing pretty well.
Keep talking shit, Toddy. Keep talking him down.
He can't win me over that bad or that fast. The Angels Suck says, Jansen served up a meatball for strike 3. Wow, winning. That's true, dude. They should have took advantage of that.
Wow, winning.
Grillmaster says, Fletcher was terrible. He was favoring the A's all game long. No, I kind of saw it for both teams. Didn't you, Randy, tonight?
Actually, believe it or not, it was blacked out in my area, so I didn't get to watch the game.
Oh, that's right. You're so close to that.
Yeah,
that's
I'm right. I'm like right around the 2-hour mark away from Sacramento.
No, that's so stupid. I hate blackouts.
Stupid.
Frostblaze says, I feel like they should allow the review on a potential ball 4 or third strike. That is coming, I heard, next year or after the CBA is ratified, which I don't think it will be. So I think it's going to go into the into a strike. Andy over there on TikTok says a lot of strikes called out of the plate strikes. Bruheim is a great bar, but it had less than 10 people there tonight. It's surprising because it's a really nice bar. The lounge section is a living room, and the pizza vendor guy sits in the back. They do have a really good spot. They're just having trouble getting people there on non-Angel nights, but we packed it out the other night on a non-home game, so that was pretty cool.
I'm curious. Is it outside the Aries Hotel?
No, it's behind those condos off of State College.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. MLA is going to have me speak some Spanish, so I
Talk
apologize.
it up, baby. Let's go.
I apologize in advance. No pinches mama's way. We are actually winning. It's emotionally damaging tasting all these nuts in my mouth.
Emotional damage.
You added a lot of extra there, pal.
I sure did. I love MLA. Jesus says Christian Moore moved up to AAA. He went 3 for 4 tonight with 2 RBIs.
All right, nice.
Yeah, he's got to do a lot more of that though.
Yep.
My man T-Mare 20, man, hung out with him in San Diego. He says, so whose mistake was worse, Ward or Adele? Randy, I think it was the Ward plays. He made multiple. I mean, the Adele one was just a brain fart. I think Ward was that's just inexcusable.
I have to look at the highlights, but it doesn't surprise me. Like, that's one thing I can agree. His defense is fucking atrocious. That's why why do you think they didn't keep him at catcher, dude?
That's true.
Why they said, you got to try something else, pal.
Yep. Andy over there on TikTok says Kyron Paris played great today. That's why we gave him the Golden Stamos. He got the award for best player. Tyler says if Jansen was an outfielder, he'd do something about it. He sure would.
Probably.
Renifo has had a good few games lately, Grillmaster points out. Jesus says, what's the turnaround? I say Lugo call up along with Trout coming back soon, meaning players need to step up. And soon Bachman, Stevenson coming back, 2 step-up relief pitchers. Plus, Jesus, you're forgetting the fact that Quijada will be another option for the Angels to pull up as a left-handed power pitcher. You just got Strickland. He's going to help out. So a lot of these young kids that you had in that bullpen that were asked to come up from like the 66ers, like Fermin and other guys from Rocket City, can sit down there and work on their and hone in on their craft down there and get better, marinate down there while we use the veterans who have experience up here. So we're banking on Stevenson to be the Stevenson from Tampa, but we'll see. I really want to see what he could do. Archangel says we need Voltron-sized balls, and baby oil. So we're trying to have a white party, apparently, there, Randy.
For you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Baby oil. Kylo says Ward has been hot, but he jogs during every play, has a noodle arm, and has the same approach no matter the count.
Just not shit. He knows he's getting paid at the end of the year, probably.
Yeah, probably, dude. He's like, I just need to hit 20 homers. Also, Boo Bear's mommy says, hey.
Yeah, real quick, you might as well keep it open because Stevie Daniels wants one too. John Hammond in the house, baby.
Hell yeah, Don Hammond in there. And this is a guy, too. He's a fan that is starving for good baseball, man. He's a real one. He says
he's one of the younger crowd.
Yeah, but he's also a smart Angel fan, too. Not this.
Oh, no, I mean that in a sense, like you got your Mateos of the world. Like, these cats haven't seen a fucking drop of playoff baseball, dude.
Yeah.
And I felt fucking bad for these kids.
Yeah, I would love for these guys just to see a 1-game playoff at this
You know
point.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
Fuck.
Don says, big win tonight. Great to see the offense starting to hit better. Yes, sir. Also, Jesus says, light that baby up, Todd Fox. And also, Christian Moore went 3 for 4 with the Salt Lake Bees. He wants him up here now. We'll see about that.
Let's see how he's doing. Let's see how he's doing by the end of June.
Yeah, I agree. He needs at least a month or 2 down there, and he needs to be red hot to come up. Shaunuel, Neto, Ohapi are becoming leaders and stars on this team before your eyes. And I love the fact did you see when Moncada hit that moonshot? He came back to Renifo and they did that little dance. And then you're seeing stuff like at the end of the post games tonight, Randy. They were interviewing Kyron Paris because it was his return trip to Oakland, or at least the Oakland A's. He grew up watching Ricky Henderson, and Erica Weston was asking him, like, what was it like to did you channel your inner Ricky Henderson? But Neto and Shaunuel were both there staring at him, goofing with him, and they've been doing that recently on all their wins after the interviews. They're right there with the players goofing on the player of the game. So that's some chemistry right there. That's some stuff we haven't seen. So that's nice.
Yeah, they're keeping it tight, man.
Yeah, I love it, dude. Andy says, with Trout coming back, you think we get better or worse since he hasn't hit live pitching in a while? I'd like to see him get some more opportunities versus some live pitching. But if he doesn't, you're not going to go wrong with him in the lineup. He's going to be a threat. I just hope that he can just dial it down a little bit, be a little bit more patient, and get into the groove like these other guys. Because if you get his back going around, Randy, at least around 220, 230, and he's working walks and then hitting an occasional homer, this offense is going to take off, dude.
And hopefully with people on base.
Exactly. Oh, we read that one already.
My bad.
Tyler says Anderson and Neto up the middle is solid. I think so too. Also, Grillmaster says no rally. Todd had the show incoming mode in the middle of the day. I commented Spritz O'Clock. Jeez.
Okay.
Also, Mateo says when we were down 4-1, I was like, crap, we can't go down like this once again. And the Angels scored late. So that was nice.
That was my first update. Yeah. He says that. That was the first update I checked. I asked Siri, what's the score? And it was 4-1. I was like, dude, we might lose. The losing streak the winning streak ends today. And then the next update I looked at was 5-4, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, let's fucking go.
Yeah, and then the thing that I failed to mention, those 2 big important add-on runs late, because they gave up a run, in the 9th inning. It would have tied the game. So, yeah. Aiden says this team is playing like the 8-3 Angels.
Let's go.
Also, Rally Chris says when we were down 4-1, I tweeted for to come on offense, we need runs, and then Moncada hit the 3-run lead. So again, thank you, Rally Chris.
A couple more super chats here.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Mateo. Appreciate that.
And Boo Boo Bear's mama.
Hell yeah, we love that right there.
All right, let me try to get up with the live comments here.
All right, you got Jerry right there saying, "Can we release Rendon already? We need that spot." Well, I mean, technically he's on the 40-man, so he's not taking up a 26-man roster spot. But we need to get him off this squad altogether. That's for damn sure.
All right.
Let's see. My son used the 714 tickets to buy tickets in Arizona. D-backs got buttercupped by the Rocks. LOL. Also, Mateo says that 2-0 to Moncada has absolutely crushed the right field. 3-run moonshot from Moncada ties the game at 4. Hell yeah. Also, make sure the thong is leopard. Oh, I can't do that, man. My ex loved the leopard and animal print, and that's just a bad throwback. I don't want PTSD, man.
Bringing up bad memories now, Boo Boo.
Hell yeah, she is. Iron Giant says, holy shit, we aren't in last place. Q FanDuel.
Let's fucking go.
James Malou, my man, says balls, and a Hakuna
Time
Matata.
for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Hakuna Matata. Also, Aiden wants this. David Rosca says, dude, I'm not calling them Los Angeles. It's the Anaheim Angels. They've won 5 straight.
Yeah.
Yep. And also Mateo says we're going streaking, baby. Let's see if I have that one on here. I might have gotten rid of that one.
Yeah, I haven't been able to find it.
Yeah, I think that one was deleted by accident. Yeah. I don't have that one at this point. Don says good news on Trout. He says he's completely pain-free. Well, hey, that's better than last year. Also, why are we still blaming umpires? It's not an excuse if you lose a game. That's true. That's true. I mean, you can't leave it up to the umpires.
Well, I have a feeling Mateo's blamed the umpires a few times, though.
Yeah. Gilbert says, I've always thought it said AO was Halos. No, that's what they try to tell you over there on AM 830, Gilbert's, and at the stadium. It's literally Deo. It's from that old song. I don't know why they play it.
Telling me they can't go in the studio, re-record, and go, Halo. What a bunch of cheap shits. I could do it right now and make it sound just like it. Watch me. I'll do it.
And you could also change that FanDuel song that was Bally's, but FanDuel's like, nah, let's just keep the old one. Tamir 20 says the umps play a big role if you win or lose, especially if the game is close. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, man. Like, I'm surprised we didn't like the calls they were giving the Dodgers, man. Like, fuck.
Yeah, we were facing the umpires. They were definitely the 10th man. Also, Grimmaster says Vanessa Hudgens' husband retired today. I think that was Cole Tucker. So there you go.
Oh shit. Huh?
Yeah, Don. Let's see. Next one after that because he's going back and forth right there. Yeah. Let's see. Cole Tucker. Yeah,
Cole
going to
Tucker,
show his
okay.
song tonight. Yeah. And then let's see. That one again. You just read that one.
Which one? Oh,
yeah. Oh, the Dodgers lose.
I thought they won though.
That's what I thought too.
What's with the lose comments?
I'll check.
See, Bosch interview goes, no, they won. Yeah, see, Dodgers won.
Yeah, he was trying to say, yeah, because I'm just double checking that right now.
Oh, look what Mateo's saying. Wait, now, are you recording this, buddy?
Yeah, because how would we know that?
How we know if it's real?
Not that we want to see or anything.
He's gonna AI a video and then like put his face on it with Pinata Farms or some bullshit.
Probably. All right. Halo fan says Erica Weston looking good or no? I have to say
she's fine. She's just a bitch.
I didn't say it.
I did.
I'm just saying her and that eye look very good this season.
Dude, she's a big old see you next Tuesday, bro. Have you ever seen her interactions with fans on freaking Twitter? Like, god damn, girl.
You were mentioning that the other night. I have not, so I can't speak to that, but I will take your word. I will definitely take your word on that one. All right, real quick, Jerry says over here, what's the AO sound effect called? It's Deo.
It's Deo.
Yeah, I forget what
like the start of the banana boat song or whatever it's called.
Yeah, just look up Banana Deo. You'll find it on YouTube. Jerry says my biggest fear is that that they shut down Trout like they did Joyce of all of a sudden knowing them. It's true. I mean, we can't really trust the team to actually tell the truth. So
yeah.
Mateo says if this game was managed by numbnuts, there would have been no stolen bases and there would have been a fight tonight or some sort of someone getting tossed. That's for damn sure. Ever since the myopic Farkas came on, the Halos been winning. What the fuck? Grillmaster says Rendon, never heard of her. I think her penis fell off again.
Now I gotta ask because I must have missed it. When was the myopic thing born?
Last year. I tried at the end of the year, and I think Tyler was the only one that was catching it. I was trying to use myopic in any way that it would fit into a I was getting bored towards the end of the season because we were losing so much. So I was just trying to like entertain myself at the same time. So when I'm going on a rant or something, I would use myopic as just I would throw it into conversations.
Odds over here, we lost myopically.
And then Tyler was the only one that was figuring out towards the end of the year. He kept like taking shots at me and like, was this myopic or like this? I'm like, all right. He caught on.
The Angels were myopicing today.
I didn't go that blatant, but yeah. Sega says word around town is the Angels are stealing signs and the MLB has opened up investigation. More to come. Also, Randy, get a fire stick. Watch any game you want, free, no blackouts. That is true. That is true.
Fire stick, but every time do I have to jailbreak it or something? Like, what do I got to do?
Yeah, you could jailbreak it. It's fairly easy, bro. There's so many videos online that can give you the straight up information to do it. It's not hard at all.
See,
Gilbert
Mateo knows.
Yeah. See, yeah, it's that one song from Beetlejuice. If you don't know the deal, yeah, come me, Mr. Tallyman. Yeah, you know. I'm not gonna sing. I already killed it. Gilbert says, "What's up with Taylor Ward, Kyron Paris in the outfield? Mistakes looked horrible on some plays." Yeah, we covered that earlier. The outfield was terrible. Throw in friggin' Adele. Matt also says, "Who has the best walk-up song in your opinion?" I honestly don't pay attention to that much. I know Trout had good songs the last couple of years. I think I do know who sucks though. I do know Shauna Will sucks, and then also Eve by that does not fit anywhere. Eve and Gwen Stefani for Taylor Ward. That's the worst one, dude.
I'll take it.
That's the worst one.
Same level of defense.
Exactly. Sody C says we really should DFA Adele. Yeah. Sega says, is that 3 Rally Chris or is that the Rally Chris with the Rally Chris helmet thong? Helmet thong or helmet song?
Rally Chris wears a thong?
I never heard of him with a thong, but
she's saying okay, zebra print now.
Oh, zebra. That's still animal print. I'll go like a bright cherry red.
Oh, you got animal print. Emotional damage, huh? Emotional damage.
Yeah, I do have the emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Also, Raleigh Chris says, "What was Papa Fox feeling after the fight?" Dude, he was super happy. This time he didn't trip over the ottoman.
Oh, good.
Give me a high five. He was real happy. So he's like, "Boy, these guys are starting to get it together. I just don't like that starting pitcher. He's hittable. It's like batting practice." I'm like, well, yeah. I mean,
Eric, the older you get, the more you're sounding like him.
In about like 20 years, I'll be like, "Well, guys, welcome into the Todd Fox." Oh, he's right. I can't even, Randy. When you come to Angel Stadium this year, you have to listen to Louis Renifo's song. It's one of the catchiest things. And no matter what I'm doing, if I'm sitting down, standing up, walking around, when Louis Renifo comes up, they start playing this like real like Caribbean type music. I don't want to offend. I don't know what kind of music that is, but probably Dominican. It was like doon 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 doon, and like I just start shaking my hips all whitish, and it's just with no rhythm. I'm like, man, this song rocks. And I even tried to like put my phone up there to see which song it was. It wouldn't give it to me, but yeah, Renifo, I love that one. So there you go. That was pretty good. Hayes says, Todd Fox, hypothetical question. What if Rendon makes a comeback and is the main reason the Angels win the World Series? Would 6 be forgiven?
Man, you want to talk about something that's never going to fucking happen.
If it were to, Randy, I would buy a...
I mean, have to give him his flowers.
Oh, absolutely.
But, I mean, it would have to be downright blatant as fuck that he's the reason why we made the fucking won the World Series. Because if not, then I'd be like, well, he was part of it.
Yeah. I mean, but imagine if he did, though. I'd have to say, that contract was worth it.
I'd have to go through the landfill here locally and find my jersey.
Hey, but imagine though if he came back like sort of like how Frankie Rodriguez did in 2002, like just out of nowhere in the last half of September and into October, and he was like he just was red hot. that'd be the most Angel thing to happen.
It pissed me off because he's like, "Fuck, where was the last 6 fucking years, asshole?"
No, see, he wouldn't do it this year, Randy. He would do it next year in his contract year.
Then we could trade him.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, and Renifo is underrated, that's for sure. I won't fully honk my horn, can tell until we're in the 3rd place at least. So he's getting
like the movie Mr. 3000. We're aiming for 3rd place.
Oh, that was the weirdest movie ever.
It really was, wasn't it?
Yeah, they got all excited because they
all excited for 3rd place. I'm like, there's us now.
Right? That team had no expectations. They're like, let's just be 500. Tony C says Lugo, Paris, Trout, future outfield by the end of June. Oh, I like that.
All right.
Also, your handyman says, do you ever wonder if Rendon's wife knows how much of a bitch he is?
Almost certain she knows.
Yeah, she knows because that bitch pays the bills. Grillmaster says, "Hey, Gavin, I got these nuts for you. They're yummy tasting, but that's just
shave your shit, homeboy. Pubic hairs is like old school. You're nasty. You probably stink.
How dare you?
Let's see. Mike Trout said, "See that bum? Blake Snell had sex and now he's hurt again." What do you call a streetwalker that specializes in butt stuff? A backhoe.
Wow.
Did
Grillmaster hack Mateo's account?
I think so, dude. Trout says sex equals injury.
He's not lying. I've hurt myself a few times afterwards. Stubbed the toe or something getting out of bed. Oops.
Oh, the hip. Oh.
pulled the thigh muscle.
Oh, man. Let's see. Also, Angels play every day until after the Yankees. That's crazy. Yeah, that's going to be a tough series coming up. JL says they need to pull off 10 or 11 in a row. 5 is good so far, man. I'm pretty happy with that. Boo Bear's mommy says the song is Harry Belafonte, actually the artist, and it's called Banana Boat. There you go. Demetrius says, I hope we are in the wild card race in September. Will be a good experience for the young guys. I'm loving this core: Neto, Hop, Nolan, and Paris. Me too.
Yeah,
very exciting players. I love seeing the young core joking around, being brothers. That's what makes them play hard and for each other.
Yeah, that's what keeps locker rooms loose and tight, man.
Absolutely, dude. And again, Gilbert, you think we're sweeping the A's?
Yep.
Yes, I think we are, dude. I think we are. Grillmaster says, Todd, is your dad coming to the tailgate? Not sure yet, but you are, because I have an answer for you. I got a ticket for you for Saturday. So there you go, buddy. They came in
just
today.
gave him a big old boner.
Yeah. Right now, I mean, it's almost a botanical spritz as we talk.
Everybody's all over the Deo song right now. Holy crap.
Oh, I know. Yeah, Freddie Mercury. Matt Jam says, are the Angels going all the way? No, not at all.
Oh, here you go.
Louis Renifa walk-up song. Duarte, Sandstorm. Are you sure? Because that's a doon, 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 doon. I thought Sandstorm was another song, another like techno-like song.
All right, we're caught up. It's just a bunch of bullshit comments about butt stuff and all that crap here.
You see,
it's all Grillmaster too. With Mateo in there. Can we have a Roger Lodge before you go, please?
Yeah. Oh, jeez. All right. Here's what's going to happen, guys. Tomorrow on AM 8:30. First, we're going to talk about the war in Russia with Ukraine, and then we're going to talk about WNBA basketball. Does Caitlin Clark save the WNBA? Then we'll sprinkle in some UCLA basketball stories about my dad and with Coach John Wooden in UCLA. Then we're going to talk about the Palestinian protest downtown, and then we'll sprinkle in some Angels 5-game win streak. There you go on AM 8:30. Derek Baker over there says we could get sneaky in our division. Isn't that good? Only 5 games out.
It really isn't.
Randy, that's what we've been saying, dude.
Yeah.
Like literally me and Randy, other people on the Hiti network have been saying literally that this division is probably the winnablest it's ever been in about a decade, dude. Like there is no clear-cut team that you're just like, okay, they're going to run away with it. Like they all have their flaws.
Like, is the Central better than us this year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, that's sad. That's fucking sad.
Dude, because you know how bad the Twins started the year? They've won
Yeah.
something like 10 out of 12 since. And when magically we got them going.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was after they played us, and then all of a sudden they went on a roll.
Yeah, and then you got the Kansas City Royals in there. You got Detroit Tigers, who have one of the best records, and then and then you got Ohio in there, which they play pretty good. The only dog in that division is the White Sox.
Trash.
Yeah. So other than that, I mean they're pretty good. Also, wait. Gilbert says it's called No Me La Subi by Lomeo. I gotta look that up, dude, because that song rocks. I forget who I am. I'm like, I'm trying to keep up appearances, and all of a sudden that's I get all hyped up for that one. Silent E says, if Rendon was playing that well, and I was GM, he wouldn't last until the end of the season because I would trade him to the Braves for Squid.
A little present for Todd Fox.
Yes, exactly. Tony C says it's time to move Kyle Hendricks to the bullpen, move Reed into the rotation. What do you think about that one, Randy?
What is it? It's time to move Kyle Hendricks to the bullpen, move Reed to the rotation. You can move Hendricks to the bullpen if you like. You can move Reed. Detmer's out of the fucking organization for all I give a shit. That guy sucks, dude. I agree with Grillmaster, believe it or not. Reed doesn't belong in the rotation. Absolutely.
But see, this is what he always does. He likes to split the Anaheim fan base in two because he shows up in the bullpen. Everyone's like assuming he's ready to be a starter again.
Yep.
Right now, he's put the reliever hat on and he looks good. I say if he's still that good, just keep riding him right now.
Yeah, if he's doing good, just keep him there, man. Don't let him fool you like he has in the past. I ain't falling for that shit again.
Yep.
Hey, look who it is.
Big 20 checking in. We have a winning streak. Yes, we do. Man, I haven't heard from that guy in a while. So usually when he's in here, all hell breaks loose. But yeah, we haven't heard him in a while. I'm looking for his sound bites too.
He says, "My boys mad the mid-season cut, my boys made the mid-season cut, and guess whose birthday is coming up again? Between him and Raleigh, Chris. Here we go.
Yeah, dude." And then you got some comments more on here, and TikTok says, "Can't wait for Christian Moore to come up here as he got up to Salt Lake. Also, they should release Rendon. His contract should be insured." H34 says, "Hey guys, been an Angel fan my whole life, but I'm pretty new to your guys' show. Great stuff. Hey, I really appreciate that. Come over to YouTube and subscribe. We got better. I haven't fixed it yet. I know Randy's going to help me try to fix the banner and the screens over here on TikTok. But for now, on YouTube, or if you watch this on X, we have the full screen. So there you go. Also, Reed gives me a heart attack out of the bullpen. Him starting would send me to the hospital." So also from our bullpen, who should be DFA'd? I don't know if there's anyone on there that doesn't have options right now. So I'm assuming if we're gonna pull someone up, we're gonna send somebody down, and then they're still gonna be with us. But I could be wrong. I don't know of anybody that's on their last option. I mean, unless we were to get rid of Strickland or a guy like that, but he just got here and he looks pretty darn good so far. Daniel says, "Saw the Link episode with the Talking Halos guys a couple weeks ago. Really enjoyed it. Those guys are good. And if you liked it, Daniel, they will be here for the draft day special. So on draft day in the Major League Baseball, and obviously with us having the number 2 pick overall, and also picks, high picks in all the other rounds, including the number 2 pick in the second round, and so on and so on. We are going to be doing a live show there. And if you like that show, him breaking down the rookies or potential rookies and also draft picks, you'll love to hear his in-depth stuff. He's going to be on there giving his opinions, plus Taylor Blake Ward. So that'll be good. Dominic will be there. I'll be there. Randy probably will be dropping in and out. So I won't be there the whole time because, again, scouting those young kids, Randy, through college and high school, I'm not really good at. Like I may know the top 10 guys, but beyond that, that's their job. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah, I'm major league guys or minor leagues at best. I can't go below that. So I've heard of certain guys coming through systems. Like I know Corona's got like 4 players that could potentially come out. And, there's all these other players from other states in high school and college. I don't know how, like their strong points, their weaknesses, none of that stuff. I'm not like NFL draft ready for that. So
yeah, believe it or not, the last draft that I really was into as far as baseball went was the draft we got Joe Adell in. It was like 2017, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when and I remember that one because I remember when we got him, there was so much hype in him, and he came out of high school. I'm like, oh, this guy's going to be a project. I bet you he's not even going to be that good. I was like, I don't trust him, and I've never trusted Joe Adell since that day, dude. And and that's really the last draft I ever really paid attention to.
Yo, screw this.
Yeah, fuck this. Baseball drafts aren't as fun.
Yeah,
they really aren't. They are boring as shit.
Although I will say the last couple of years with the MLB Network, they beefed it up a bit.
Are they starting to change it up? Dude, that 2017 was lackluster. I mean, they weren't even doing shit back then. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, see, like with Fernando last year, he was there for when they brought Christian Moore out.
Oh,
He was-
that's right. That's right. He was on TV too, huh?
Yeah, he was on TV, and he said the atmosphere was pretty cool. It looked cool
Okay.
on TV. So
Well, it's
I watched
about damn time. I mean, there's money to be made in the draft. People love drafts.
absolutely. They'll sit there and they'll fill out their own like mock drafts and see if it matches up, dude. So
Why is Manfred always behind the fucking times, dude?
because they're idiots, like baseball.
And then he tries to change it like he's fucking cutting edge. Like, bitch, please. We all know who you are.
Yeah, and you should have been doing that cutting edge stuff years ago.
Years of fucking go, dude.
Yep. Corey says Burke is the one that could be DFA'd right now, and he's got a 6 ERA. So I would say,
I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, if you bring up Kahada, I think you DFA him right there.
Yeah.
Also, Clint or Barnes from the Dodgers, and also what's that other dude that was let go? The shortstop. He played shortstop or second. Chris Taylor. Chris Taylor was also released. Would you take a flyer on either one of them?
On who?
Chris Taylor from the Dodgers and Barnes. I think Austin Barnes, his name, the
From
catcher.
the Dodgers?
Yeah, they released both of them.
I mean, I'd take some people from the Dodgers. I mean, they know how to develop ball players.
That's true. That's true.
Hey, Grillmaster's got a request. Hey, why not, right?
Yeah, Todd, my birthday's on August 23rd, Saturday. Do we tailgate that day? They haven't won on my birthday since the 13th or 2013. Talk to me at the game. We'll see if that's a possibility. One more on TikTok. He says, do we miss Griffin Canning? Controversial comment. No, we don't.
No.
Because had he still been here, we wouldn't have tweaked him, and it'd be the same old Griffin Canning.
Yeah,
So
if he was still here, he'd probably be fucking hurt right now.
yeah, the fact that he's in New York means they fixed him, and he's doing good because they fixed him. No credit to the Angels organization. That's for damn sure. Any more comments over there, Randy?
Nah, we're caught up over here.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. So with that being said, then we appreciate everybody being on. As we wrap this up, I'll do a quick round the league scoreboard catching up on the games, and then I'll sum this one up one last time and get you set for tomorrow's game. So Cubs 14-1 over the Marlins. Pirates shut out the Reds 1-0. Washington over the Braves 5-3. The Mets are losers to the Red Sox 2-0. Boy, Mets fans gotta be loving that Soto. Rays over the Astros 3-2. The Yankees beat the Rangers 5-2. The Blue Jays over the Padres 3-0. Brewers over the Orioles 5-2. God damn, the Orioles are going to be sellers at the deadline. Good God. White Sox somehow shut out the Mariners, but that's a good thing.
Yep.
Tigers over the Cardinals 5-4. You had the Phillies beating the Rockies. Rockies are amazing 8-40. Giants over the Royals.
8-40?
They're 8-40, bro.
Woo! They just need to get a hot streak. They're almost there.
They are trying to break last year's record by the Sox.
Oh, they're definitely losing 100+ games.
Absolutely. Underrated series. If you guys don't have a Fire Stick and can't watch an out-of-market game, I would suggest Royals-Giants. That's a really good, close. The games have been tight with both games so far. Dodgers over the Diamondbacks 4-3, and Ohio and the Twins were rained out. So back to the Angels real quick for tomorrow, or for the finals. So on this one, 7 runs, 11 hits for the Angels, 5 runs, 12 hits for the Sacramento A's. Tomorrow's game looks like this as I pull it up right here for the starters for tomorrow. It's another 7:05 start. We got Jack Kwanowitz fresh off of his best start, 14 ground balls, 5 double plays. In his last 2 starts, he has 25 ground balls induced. His ERA is lowered to 4.71. He's gotten 29 strikeouts in 49 innings, so he's not a strikeout pitcher. He's got to work down the walks. He's got 22 already, but his last 2 starts, he's looked rather good, not walking guys. He'll be opposed by Spears, who is their best pitcher. He's 4-3 with a 3.31 ERA, 44 hits in 49 innings pitched. He's got 38 strikeouts, nearly a strikeout per inning, and he's low on the walks with 10, but he's high on the home runs with 6. So you can get to him with a home run hitting team. Let's just face it, that's what the Angels are. But let's see what they can do tomorrow. If they take tomorrow, man, I think they're definitely going to sweep. So I'm hoping they could win tomorrow and at least win the series. So far, the standings for the end of the
Well, it's a 4-game series.
Yeah. But if they win tomorrow, they could win the series. So
wouldn't it be a split?
No, because they've already won 2. The Angels.
Oh, we've already won 2. Oh, we have.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do I think today was the first game?
That was the second one.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's fucking go. Woo!
So far the division looks like this. Seattle's 27-20, 2 games up on Houston, who's 25-23. Texas is 25-24, 3 back. The Angels are 22-25, 5 back, and the A's are 22-27, losers of 7 in a row, 6 back. So we're 4th place, baby. 4th.
Let's go.
Yeah. never so happy to be 4th place. So there you go right there. I appreciate each and every last one of you guys being on there, on here tonight. Appreciate all the comments and chiming in and everything. Really, really, really good show tonight. And I appreciate you too, Randy, for being in there and helping me out with the show, because we had, there's a lot of them right here.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Always glad to be here after a dub.
Also, eBay says, the fuck? None of my comments were read.
Hey, I went up looking for them. I didn't see. I saw one. It said a 4th place boner. That was the only one I saw.
The 4th place boner.
So if I missed them, I apologize.
Yeah. And Big 20 right there, dude. I feel for you right there, my man. I feel for you, bro.
I wasn't sure if you wanted that one on the screen, so I left that one.
Nah, well, he actually put it out there before. So, like, that's the only reason why I was looking at that one, because I was like, yeah, you know what? That kind of
divorce sucks, man. Trust me. I'm a product of divorced parents, and luckily you're a little older and having to deal with it, because it sucks when you're a kid, but nonetheless, it's a pretty shitty situation.
It is. And I think he didn't get to this one right here, Randy. That's not your bad. This is the Banana Boat one, the Deo from the song Freddie Mercury. I know he did that one. That's the one they play on the scoreboard, eBay, if I'm not mistaken, right there.
Queen redid that song?
Yeah.
No shit, huh?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
but I have to go back and listen to that version.
He's all damn so uncultured. Also, tasty nut. We love you, eBay. You know,
I think we made Gavin more famous than Locked On did.
Yeah, I think so. And I think I saw this one at the end of it too last night. eBay says, I asked someone to explain Stukas because I'm new, and they explained how Deo is not from the Banana Boat song. but the Stukas, bro, is basically it was something that Dan said. His Dan Rios is one of our first listeners, and he said, when the Angels win, you know, that song by the Dickies, Stukas, always makes me happy. And I said, you know what, dude, it has a catchy tune to it. So Randy put that together with the Light That Baby Up Halo, and it just fit. And we've been playing that for 3 years now?
Yeah,
about that. Yeah. So that's the explanation on Stukas, man. So there you go. Aaron, last one right there, says, only thing I've learned about the Angels all my life is they've let us down in the end. Well, Ryan, we did have 0-2, right, Randy?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, and you know that's the one good thing to take about. I mean, because obviously me growing up too, I saw the Angels would play good through July and August, and then just fade in September. So
like 95. Ugh. Oh man. Remember those days?
That's true. That's true. Silent E says, someone called Gavin. I think I found his yummy tasting nut. You don't want to know where. No, I don't.
Well, put it down if you're holding it. Don't touch it.
Don't honk it either.
Gross.
Randy, any final thoughts, my man?
No, just hey, 5 in a row. Let's go for 6 tomorrow. Get a series win, man. But hey, they're fired up right now, dude. Let's go.
Yeah, I love it, dude. I love it. Also, wait, we got a couple other comments. I didn't even see this right here. My bad. On TikTok before we got out of here. It says, I'll be at the game on Friday. Loving the Halo streak. Love your content. Keep it up. Thank you, Gilbert. We'll be there as well. We got season tickets, so we will be there. Announce the World Series parade. I wish. Dale says, can you get some past players on your show? Look up our YouTube. We have plenty of them. We've had a lot of past players and present. So there you go. A is up there. He says, I'll be there for the A's sweep, but we're getting swept by the Marlins.
Hell nah. Better fucking not. I'll be pissed.
Right? That would suck if we come home like that.
Yeah, I would.
Ryan says, I think he'll get the last call right here. He says, so me being a new to the show, do we hate Roger Lodge here?
Can't stand him.
Yeah, I wouldn't say hate. I love to troll the guy, and I think I agree with Randy. We can't stand him because of his.
Yeah, hate's pretty harsh word.
Yeah. It's just his constant positivity.
Yeah,
it's like he never can call the team out. It's always propaganda, huh, Randy?
That's mainly what it is. That's why you call him the propaganda prime minister. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just all script, dude. All a bunch of bullshit. Like Angels could be 0-55, and he'll figure out 30 fucking ways to become positive. It's annoying as shit. And you know what? If it wasn't for Halos in the infield, I would have never knew about Roger Lodge and AM 830 because I never listened to that shit or even heard of it before I started listening to this channel. I just always watched the Angels, whether it was on Prime Ticket back in the day or what they're on now. So like AM 830 was never even a thought in my mind. Even when I go visit Anaheim, I never even heard of it until I found Halos in the infield, and now I can't unsee it or unhear it.
Exactly, dude. I mean, and it's funny because J-Dog brought this up. I did troll him last year, and I didn't get to do it at the end of the year. The show was busy, but I did call in. I was trying to. I was gonna play this soundbite and see if he knew what we were talking about, because I've said this and I've heard people say it in the stands, even like they didn't even see me and they were like mocking him. But I wanted to call him with this.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
I was trying to call him last year, Randy, on the last game of the season. I was going to play that.
Oh, man, that would have been hilarious.
Yeah, exactly.
Good old Roger Lodge.
Exactly. And then, also, it's J-Dog says you should upload these on the channel. They're there. You just have to go on the live on the YouTube channel. So if you miss one of these live shows, you guys can catch them on there on the the
post game always goes under the live section.
Yeah, exactly.
And then all our regular shows you'll find under the video section.
Yeah, that's the only different thing about what I hate about YouTube is that they should just all go together. But yeah, like Randy said, you have to click on live to find all these shows. So yeah, they're there. And Tony C brings up 21 stolen bases this year. That's terrible. We should have a lot more.
Yeah.
All right, so that I keep getting more comments, but I'm gonna let him go for tonight. I appreciate everybody doing your thing on here as well. Give us a like, subscribe over there on YouTube. It really helps us right there. And also a follow on any other platform you see us. And the content, man, we really appreciate everybody being as cool as they are, because we grew this thing with no help, Randy.
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
this is all organic.
Straight up.
Anything we got is freaking organic. We don't buy people like other pages.
Nope.
And we don't have a set platform with a silver spoon like some other people too. So
all right, no backers here.
Exactly. Oh, Hayes, you're missing in the comments. Big 20 is already he's already made his presence felt here tonight. Also, eBay loves the content that we have on the. He says that he likes to troll the Halo brothers too. So keep up the good work, eBay. Keep up the good work. You're doing the Lord's work, man.
That's right.
All right, Randy, play us out of here with some Stukas.
You got it, baby. See you guys.